Ever wondered what some of the most effective chess traps and tactics are? Chess, a game of strategy, requires cunning and foresight. Chess traps and tactics are essential tools to gain an advantage over your opponent. In this video, we'll explore 5 fascinating chess traps: the Scholar's Mate, the Fool's Mate, the Blackburne Shilling Gambit, the Englund Gambit, and the Halosar Trap. Each of these can turn the tide of a game in just a few moves. Stay tuned as we delve into these intriguing chess traps and tactics. First on our list is the Scholar's Mate. This cunning trick is aimed at delivering an early checkmate. Here's how it goes. Start with pawn to e4, followed by e5, then queen to h5 and knight to c6. Next, bishop to c4 and knight to f6. The trap is sprung with queen to f7, and there you have it, a checkmate. This strategy targets the f7 square, a weak point in the early game. That's the Scholar's Mate, a quick and effective trap if your opponent is not prepared. Next, we have the Fool's Mate. This clever trap is notable for being the fastest checkmate possible in chess, achievable in merely 2 moves. The game starts with pawn to f3, followed by pawn to e5. The second move is pawn to g4, which is responded with queen to h4. And just like that, it's a checkmate. This trap highlights the importance of not exposing your king too early. And there it is, the Fool's Mate, the quickest trap in the game. Now, let's dive into the Blackburne Shilling Gambit, Englund Gambit, and Halosar Trap. The Blackburne Shilling Gambit begins with e4, e5, Nf3, Nc6, and then Bc4. Here, Black's next move, Nd4, is a surprise, sacrificing a knight early on. This gambit is aimed at trapping an unwary opponent, but be warned, it could backfire if your opponent knows how to counter it. Next is the Englund Gambit, which starts off similarly with e4, e5, Nf3, and Nc6. But then, d4, xd4, bc4, and the surprising Qe7. This gambit sacrifices a pawn early in the game for quick development and control of the center. It's risky, yet it can catch your opponent off guard. Finally, the Halosar Trap, a more complex trap that starts with e4, nf6, e5, nd5, c4, nb6, a4, d5, nx4, d4, c5, b3, and nxe5. This trap is a lengthy sequence of moves that aims to exploit the opponent's misplaced pieces. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy that requires a lot of practice. Each of these traps involves more complex tactics and strategies than Scholar's Mate or Fool's Mate. They can be effective tools in your arsenal, but they also come with risks. If your opponent anticipates your trap, they could turn the tables on you. So it's crucial to understand these traps well and practice them regularly. These are some more advanced traps, but with practice, you can incorporate them into your game. So what have we learned today? We've delved into the cunning Scholar's Mate focusing on early checkmate, the lightning-fast Fool's Mate, and the intricate strategies in the Blackburne Shilling Gambit, Englund Gambit, and Halosar Trap. Remember, chess is a game of strategy and tactics. Keep practicing these traps, and you'll be a formidable opponent in no time.